the sands and the sun's warm embrace, whispers of tales that time cannot erase. A duggo sings where the rivers roam, stories of wonder will call you home. From the drum beats loud to the stars so bright, her voice rises bold in the heart of the night. Every story an adventure untold, a journey crafted in courage and gold. Africa tales by a duggo she sings, where every story spreads its wings. A world of magic where dreams unfold, in her voice the secret's told.
That night, Justin dreamed of his ancestors, strong men and women whose hands shaped the earth and built the world. Their fingers were not large, but their spirits were mighty. They whispered to him, "Your hands carry your strength." The next day, a new challenge awaited. A great festival was announced in the city, one where talents were to be shown, stories shared, and heroes celebrated. It was an opportunity for Justin to stand tall and show not just his hands, but his heart. But not everyone was ready to celebrate. A rival, a skilled craftsman named Emeka, saw Justin's growing fame as a threat. Emeka's hands were small and quick, and he was proud of his skill. When he heard of Justin's plans, jealousy fled. "You think those big fingers make you better?" Emeka sneered. "Wait until the festival. I will show everyone who is truly skilled." Justin heard the challenge, but he did not respond with anger. Instead, he prepared quietly, knowing that true strength comes not from pride, but from humility. When the festival day arrived, the city was alive with music, laughter, and color. Justin and Emeka stood side by side, ready to show their craft. Emeka walked fast, his small fingers dancing over the wood and metal. The crowd admired his speed and precision. Justin, however, took his time. His big fingers moved slowly, carefully, creating something different, something beautiful and strong, made with heart and patience. When the final piece was revealed, a sculpture of a mighty tree with roots deep in the earth, the crowd gasped. It was a symbol of strength, resilience, and hope. Emeka looked at the sculpture, then at Justin, and for the first time, respect softened his eyes. The festival ended with cheers, but Justin knew this was not the end of his journey, only a new beginning. His big fingers had carved a path through doubt and fear, but the future held many more stories yet to be told. The cheers from the festival still echoed in Justin's ears as the days grew shorter and the harmattan winds whispered through Enugu street. The city was beginning to see Justin not as a man with strange fingers, but as a symbol of strength and patience. Yet, beneath his growing lights, shadows stared quietly, weaving a new challenge that no one could yet see. One evening, Justin returned home to find a letter resting on his doorstep. The paper was old and yellowed, sealed with a strange symbol, an ancient tree, its roots tangled and deep. His heart quickened. The letter was from his late grandfather, a man of mystery and great wisdom, whose stories Justin had only heard in fragments. "Dear Justin," the letter began, "the hands you have been given are not just large by chance. They carry a gift, a legacy passed through generations. Within you lies the strength of the earth, the power to heal and protect. But with this power comes a choice, the path of courage or the shadow of fear." Justin read on, learning of an old family secret, a hidden place deep in the hills outside Enugu. where his ancestors had gathered a sacred relic, a source of great power. The letter urged him to seek it, to understand the true meaning of his hands before the power within him could awaken fully. That night, sleep escaped Justin's eyes. The words of the letter danced in his mind like fireflies, mysteries calling him forward, whispers of destiny wrapped in his big fingers. The next morning, with a small bag packed and Amaka's encouraging smile beside him, Justin set off towards the hills. The journey was not easy. The path wound through dense forest and rocky climbs, but his big fingers gripped branches and stones with surprising ease. As he walked, he felt a strange energy rising in his hands, a warmth that spread through the tips of his fingers to his very heart. It was as if the earth itself was calling to him. When Justin reached the hidden cave his grandfather had described, he found ancient carvings on the walls, images of hands, big and strong, holding up the sky, planting seeds, healing wounds. In the center of the cave lay a small glowing stone. Justin reached out, his large fingers trembling. The moment he touched it, a pulse of power surged through him. Vision of his ancestors, their struggles and victories, their love and sacrifice. The power was not just strength, it was responsibility. Justin understood now that his hands were a gift meant to protect, to build, and to heal. But as he stood in the cave's silence, a shadow stared outside, a presence watching, waiting for the moment to challenge the man with the big fingers. Justin's journey was far from over. The shadow outside the cave moved with quiet steps, like a whisper in the night. Justin felt a chill run down his spine, but his hands, now glowing faintly with the power of the ancient stone, held steady. From the darkness emerged a figure cloaked in worn faded clothes, an old man with eyes sharp as eagle and a voice that carried the weight of years. "You have found what many sought, but few deserved," the man said, stepping closer. "The stone of your ancestors is not just a gift, but a test. Are you ready, Justin, to bear the burden that comes with it?" Justin stood tall, his big fingers clenched but calm. "I do not know all the ways of this power, but I know my heart. I am ready to learn and to protect." The old man nodded slowly, then handed Justin a small leather pouch. Inside are seeds from the sacred Iroko tree, ancient and strong. "Plant them wisely. Your hands will guide what grows. But beware, the paths will be hard, and shadows will follow you." As the old man vanished into the night, Justin felt a new purpose burn inside him. His hands were no longer a source of shame, but a bridge to something greater. Back in Enugu, news of Justin's discovery spread quietly. Some were amazed, others fearful. Chike, still bitter, saw this as a chance to strike. He gathered a group of men who did not want the city to change. "Let us remind Justin and the city," Chike growled, "that some things are better left as they are." One dark night, as Justin planted the Iroko seeds near his home, he heard footsteps behind him. The men approached, voices low and threatening. "Give up your foolish dreams, Justin," Chike warned. "Your big fingers will never change the hearts of men." Justin faced them, the glowing stone heavy in his pocket. "My hands are the roots of a new tomorrow," he said. "If you try to stop me, you fight not just me, but the strength of my ancestors." The men hesitated, sensing something powerful in Justin's voice. Suddenly, the ground beneath their feet trembled. The seeds in Justin's hands pulsed with life. Roots burst from the earth, wrapping gently around stones and feet, not to harm, but to hold, to remind. Chike and his men struggled, their anger turning to fear. Justin spoke softly. "Change comes slowly, but with courage. Even the hardest heart can grow." As dawn broke over Enugu, the city awake to a new sight. Small green shoots of Iroko trees rising where Justin had planted them, symbols of hope and strength. The battle for acceptance was only beginning, but Justin's story was now a song sung by the wind, a song of courage, of hands that dared to heal and build. The young Iroko shoots swayed gently in the morning breeze, their bright green leaves promising life and strength. The city of Enugu looked on, some in wonder, others in quiet suspicion. But for Justin, every small leaf was a victory, proof that even the biggest challenges could bloom into something beautiful. Days turned into weeks. The young trees grew steadily, their roots digging deep into the earth. Just like Justin's spirit, Amaka stood by his side through it all, her faith unwavering. "You've taught us," she said one evening, "that true beauty is what the heart can do, not what the eyes see." But every hero's journey carries its final test. One afternoon, as the sun cast long shadows over the city, Justin received word that the company where he once interviewed was ready to offer him a job, a real chance to prove himself in the world he longed to join. Yet, a difficult choice lay ahead. Accept the job and face the city's judgment anew, or stay in the hills, nurturing the magic and legacy of his ancestors. With a steady breath, Justin looked at his hands, the same hands that had once been a source of shame, now glowing softly with the power of courage and love. He knew that true strength was not in hiding away, but in standing tall no matter the world's gaze. The day he stepped into the office again, whispers filled the room, but this time they were mixed with respect. "Justin," the manager said, eyes sincere, "we see now that your hands hold more than skill. They hold hope." As Justin settled into the new role, the young Iroko trees around Enugu continued to grow, symbols of a city slowly awakening to a new way of seeing. And though the journey had been long and filled with trials, Justin's story was no longer one of a man with big fingers. It was the story of a man with a mighty heart, whose hands shaped not only wood and stone, but the very soul of his people. The past had taught him well, and the future stretched before him, wide, bright, and ready for the next chapter. The days that followed felt like the gentle unfolding of a new dawn. Justin's footsteps in the city were no longer hesitant, but sure, echoing with the strength he had earned, not just from his hands, but from his spirit. He worked hard at a company, his big fingers crafting with care, solving problems that others could not. Slowly, the city's cold whispers turned into warm greetings, and the smiles that once hid behind doubt became true and bright. Yet, the greatest change was not in others, but within Justin himself. He understood now that what made him different was his greatest gift. His big fingers were not flaws to hide, but tools to build, to protect, and to heal. One evening, as the sun dipped low, Justin gathered friends and neighbors beneath the growing Iroko tree. The air was filled with stories, laughter, and the promise of a better tomorrow. He spoke softly, his voice carrying the wisdom of his journey. "Life will test you in many ways," he said. "Sometimes, it will be the things you cannot change that seem the hardest. But within those things lies your true strength. Do not hide your differences. Embrace them, for they are the roots of who you are." The crowd listened, eyes shining with understanding. "Remember," Justin continued, "judging others by what we see is easy, but looking deeper to the heart and soul, that is where real courage lives." And so, the city of Enugu grew, not just in the trees, but in kindness, respect, and hope. Justin's story became a song sung by many, a reminder that true strength lies not in fitting the world's mold, but in daring to be yourself. Moral lessons.
Through the sand.
Embrace your uniqueness. What makes you different can be your greatest strength if you accept and nurture it. Courage comes from within. True bravery is standing tall, even when others judge or misunderstand you. Change begins with patience, like a tree growing slowly from a seed. Acceptance and respect take time, but are worth the wait. Look beyond appearances. True value is found not in outward looks, but in the heart's kindness and the spirit's strength. Use your gifts to help others. Your talents and differences can become tools to protect, heal, and build a better community. We have come to the end of the story. If you love this video, please kindly share with your loved ones, leave us a comment on your opinion, and subscribe for another interesting video like this. Until I see you all on the next one. Bye for now.
Stories of wonder will call you home. From the drum beats loud to the stars so bright, her voice rises bold in the heart of the night. Every story